Welcome, my fellow Americans, to another episode of Happy Hour. We have Rich from Ring talking about his smart home automated products, his brush-in with Nicole Kidman, and we find out who is the greatest bass player of all time. Settled here today on Happy Hour. All right, it is another episode of Happy Hour, and today we have a first-timer. It's Rich Way, right? I said that? Rich Way.
Rich Way did he go?
Rich Way did he go? I didn't even put that together. Rich Way is here from Ring.
Yeah.
You work for Ring, the video doorbell company.
Correct.
Now, what do you do there?
As little as possible.
Nice.
No, I manage
answer.
our wholesale distributors from in the central U.S., everywhere from the Dakotas to Louisiana, and then another X from Texas to Michigan.
Wow, that's a large area. Now, where are you stationed right now? Like, what's your home base?
My home base is Chicago.
Chicago,
We're
okay.
just about 16 miles outside of Chicago.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, people like 70 miles outside of Chicago claim Chicago.
Yeah.
People in Indiana claim Chicago in their region. You know who you are. You know who
Say
you
I'm
are.
outside of the Bay Area.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Right. Now, and it's funny, Rich, kind of talking to you off camera, there's a lot of things we have in common that I bet you didn't know. So, first of all, let's talk about, you used to be a professional musician.
Correct.
Now, I was never, I got paid to play, so that technically makes me a professional, right? Okay.
You can claim it.
There we go. So we're both professional musicians. However, you were a bit more legit as you got to tour. Is that correct?
Correct.
What'd you play?
I was what you called a hired gun. So I moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and
That's where you go.
pursued music playing bass guitar, and I would be hired on by any band that needed somebody to play bass for that night or for that tour.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, you were literally a mercenary for bands that were traveling all over the world, or just the United States? Or
Just in the United States. So
Okay.
I was in one band, and we played in Universal Studios, Florida, and then I drove 31 hours to Bangor, Maine. That was an amazing trip. Don't ever do that, no. If you want to go, unless you want to be delirious. So then, we played for 16,000 people, and then 16 people. It was great.
Woo! So, okay, you played, anybody famous that you played with? Or
No.
Okay, they just needed a bass player, and you were the guy.
Yes.
Did you ever do, sessions? Did you ever sit in, studio recordings or get into that?
Yeah, I did studio recordings for, there's a college in Nashville called Belmont, and so a lot of the Belmont students needed bass players, and I was a young, hungry guy, and so I would go to Ocean Way Studios, and I'd play on their senior thesis, or I'd be with a couple of other producers and make demos for them.
Very cool. Yeah. And did you have, long hair back then?
No, actually, I had shaved my head back then. It grew back, and then I just shaved it again for another gig. I was Billy Corgan for a Halloween gig with my band a couple of weeks ago.
That is, so you're still playing?
Yeah, still playing.
Now, where do you play out? Is it just the Chicago area? Or?
Yeah, just in Chicago. It's a neighborhood band. My lead singer is my next door neighbor. My drummer is a block over, and
that's cool.
We just play for the local bars, and it's a lot of fun. It's a good outlet for an old band like me.
So what's your style though? What's your favorite kind of style, and then what's the style you guys play?
Anything,
or genre?
Anything with a groove. So Stevie Wonder to the Toadies from the 90s. Smashing Pumpkins, which is why I was Billy Corgan for the gig. But the band, we play everything from The Who to Space Hog. Do you remember them?
Space Hog!
Yeah. That's right. Oh, you're really good.
Yeah, I loved that song. I don't even remember the name of it. In the meantime, that's right. Oh my gosh. What happened to them? I thought they were going to be huge.
Yeah, so did they, apparently.
Yeah, they came out when I was in high school, and I loved that album, and then they just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah.
So
you like those falsettos, by the way?
Yeah, really good.
That's right. Used to be a singer back in the day for family life.
Do you have anything else you want to play?
Let's, actually, I was going to ask you this later, about some of your influences, but I also found out you kind of went down the same path I did. I was a TCOM major at Ball State, so I did radio, TV production, and you did that too.
Yeah.
So what did you do?
My first job was an AM radio DJ, WNCA 1500, in Siler City, North Carolina.
Wow.
Fun fact, that's where Aunt Bee is buried.
From Andy Griffith's show.
Yeah. And when Andy Griffith would go into town, that was Siler City, where they would go into town. So I moved there. My first job at 15 was a adult contemporary news station, and I had long hair back then. But when I wanted to pursue music as a career, my parents said no to something to fall back on. So I was like, well, I could just do radio.
Yeah.
So I went into radio production at college.
Oh, very
Did
cool.
about a year and then moved to Nashville.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig into Nashville. What I'm gonna date you here, okay? What was like the song that you heard all the time while you were DJing? Like, just it was popular at the time, and you always had to play it at the top of the hour. What was that song for you then? And what roughly what?
Wow, Britney Spears. Probably.
Was it Britney Spears?
It was probably Britney Spears.
On adult contemporary, really?
Wait, in the adult contemporary station, it was in the land of stone and light. Yeah, I don't remember it either.
Wow.
But it had a very, very old record collection. We still used records in this station.
So cool.
It was
I still listen to records.
kind of crazy.
Wow. Stone and Light. Who did that song?
I don't remember. I just knew that I'd play that right when the station manager left, so it was a cue for all my friends to come over.
Oh, I see. Nice. Very cool. Now, you're here in Indianapolis. That's where we're filming from. That's where Jackson Systems is located, so I want to bring kind of a local flavor. We've had people from Chicago in here before, and I rant and rave about how much I love Revolution, the brewery over there. The Anti-Hero is my all-time favorite IPA. So good. But I wanted to bring to you probably the most popular Indiana brewery, Sun King.
Cool.
There's tons of them all over. There's one big one downtown up in Northside and Carmel. But this is their cream ale, and I wanted to share this with you here. It's their most popular, I would think. It's kind of like a creamy Pilsner type of beer, and it is happy hour. Cool. So we drink. Cheers to Rich for coming on here. Salud. It's not that bad.
No, this is great.
Actually, I forgot how much I like this beer.
It's really good.
What do you think? What's your type of beer, or are you a wine or liquor guy?
Yes.
Yeah, good answer.
And yes.
I almost threw in modeling glue. I'm glad I didn't.
No, I didn't. Don't do that. No, everything but IPAs.
Everything. So you don't like IPAs?
I don't like IPAs.
That's where we draw the line. That's where we differ.
Okay, good. I'm glad we have something in common.
I know. So yeah, this is like one of their best ones. It's most popular. It's very, very tasty. I like it. But yeah, again, the Anti-Hero from Revolution is my favorite beer. They should pay me by now because I promote it so much. It's such a great beer. Now, I want to go, like I said, I want to dig into Nashville. So how long did you live in Nashville?
I lived in Nashville for 12 years.
It's one of my all-time favorite towns.
Yeah, me too.
What was your favorite thing to do besides play music? Like, what was the place to go, or what was the thing to do while you were living in Nashville?
So, before I got married and had a kid, my favorite thing to do was to go to Coco Cafe, and it was the weirdest place to go at 3 in the morning and have some. They did chips and salsa. They called it Monkey Hips and Chips. And you'd see the weirdest characters there. Guys dressed in full priest outfits, and then right next to somebody who was wearing a sundress. It was incredible. So that was my favorite thing to do after, going to 12th and Porter and seeing shows. After I got married, it was going to Blue Coast Burrito and having burritos and eating frozen yogurt at Menchie's. That was the best thing to do.
Yeah, Nashville's great. Did you ever go to Puckett's? You ever been to Puckett's?
Yes.
I
played at Puckett's.
You played at Puckett's?
I played at Puckett's, yes.
Actually, I just ate there not too long ago on our way to Destin, Florida. My brother-in-law's last name Puckett, so we always stop through there when we drive down to Florida.
It's a great place.
Oh, it's delicious. Their cobbler was amazing. So good.
Yeah.
So here's a question here. So you were in what time period in Nashville?
2002 to 2014.
Okay. So who out of that time period did you see before they were famous? Who was the biggest name that you saw touring around playing the bars? Because in Nashville, you go to every single bar and it's like, oh my gosh, this is the best person I've ever heard, best man. Then you go to the next bar and you're like, holy cow, this is the best band I've ever heard. I mean, it's Nash Vegas. It's wonderful for live music.
Yeah, I honestly could not tell you. I was in...
It was such a good question. You just disappointed me.
I'm sorry. We can ask another question to make up for it.
Just make something up. Say Trace Adkins or Eric Church or something.
Nicole Kidman.
There you go, Nicole
Kidman.
Yeah,
I saw her all the time.
Okay.
Because I was also a valet. Music doesn't pay a lot in Nashville, just so you know.
Because Keith Urban lived there. Oh, so... She have a thick Australian accent, right?
Yes, and
she's like, "Hey, Rich."
As beautiful up front as it is in the movies.
Yeah,
just stunning.
So, who else famous did you run into around there? Being a valet?
Yeah. Okay. It's a great way to make ends meet. You work for 6 hours and you make your week's worth of pay. Let's see, Eddie George, the
the football
Tennessee
player,
Titan.
yeah.
Valeted his car a couple of times. That you'd see just all sorts of characters. Kid Rock a couple of times. Just crazy things you'd see. And the cool thing about Nashville is that you don't get starstruck. So that's why it's not really memorable because they just are there. They're just enjoying life, and you just leave them alone.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what led you to this path? You said you started a family. What led you to the Ring? Stop touring, stop playing music. What led you to work for the Ring?
I work for Ring by way of...
Ring. I always say the Ring. This is not the movie that you're going to die in 7 days. Gosh, I have to drink every time I do that.
Yes, you do. So after music, I wanted to get off the road. I took 3 months just trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I love electronics. I love tinkering with stuff, home automation, and so I started working for a home automation company in Nashville. And then out from there, I started working for the distributor that I bought from. And then from that distributor, I ran that Nashville branch for a few years and then got promoted, and they transferred me to Chicago.
Very cool.
And then from there, I worked for a small company called Bose. On the custom install division. And then right as about 6 months ago, got a call from Ring to start heading up the Central Division.
Very cool.
It's a great company. A lot of fun stuff.
I bet.
Really easy to install. And, it's cool when I wear this shirt and I go to the airport, I get stopped at least once by, it's usually the wife. Oh, I love the product. Or, this is awesome. Let me show you. And they'll pull open their phone and they'll show you all the fun stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
I did that to you earlier. I was like, hey, I can't figure this out. And you helped me figure it out. That was awesome.
That's right.
Very good. Well, we are pleased to have you. So, have you ever seen this show before, by the way, Rich?
Yes, I have.
Oh, you have. Yes. So you know.
I did my homework.
At the end of every show, I grill the guests with a round of lightning round questions. Are you up for the challenge for JD's Breaks lightning round questions?
How many of this?
I haven't even touched it. That's the worst thing about it. Yes, I have 5 blistering questions. They're right or wrong answers. No one has gotten 5 out of 5. Are you up to the challenge to get 5 out of 5?
Oh, it'd be awesome if I did.
All right, let's go. You ready?
Yep.
Okay, for Rich from Ring, question number 1. Wrong one. What is the best bar in downtown Nashville?
Tootsie's Orchid Lounge.
That is incorrect. You were off to a wrong start. It's actually Paradise Park. Paradise Park. Yes.
What is that?
You've never been to Paradise Park?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, you can't go now because they closed it.
Okay.
But it was the best. But you know what? I'll give you half credit because Tootsie's is still around.
Okay.
So I'll give you 0.5.
That's cool.
Okay. So you can't get 5 out of 5, but you can get close. I don't think anybody's gotten 4, actually.
Not with these slam dunks.
No, these are tough questions. All right, you ready? Okay. Which is the better movie, The Ring or The Ringer?
The Ringer.
That is correct. Very good. That was Johnny Knoxville, where
Yeah.
he was pretending he was mentally handicapped to participate in the Special Olympics. You couldn't make that movie now. No way.
Couldn't.
But it was hilarious.
It was,
and touching. Very touching. All right. Question number 3. What is the best place to eat in Nashville after a hangover?
Steak and Shake.
Sorry, that is incorrect. We talked about it earlier. It was Puckett's. Greasy Spoon Place, great for a hangover, even though it is a family restaurant. But it is very...
Actually, you know what? I'm going to challenge that and say Waffle House.
Ooh, okay. Well, I didn't think of that. I was thinking more like Nashville specific.
Okay. Well, then,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, you win. You're making the questions. I'm just answering them.
Look, they're hard for a reason, okay? This is my lightning round question. All right, question number 4. Name the best Smashing Pumpkins album.
Siamese Dream.
Oh, I'm not going to give you this one. I'm sorry. It's Melancholy of Infinite Sadness. And you knew it. You were close, though. That was their second best album. Again, these are right or wrong questions. So, all right, here you go.
So you're at 0.5 points.
Yeah, you got 0.5 points. You could totally redeem yourself with this last one. Who is the best bass player ever? Oh, this is.
Yeah. Do I have?
Do you want options?
I want multiple.
All right.
choice.
Okay.
Yes.
You ready?
It's a Hail Mary.
Flea, Geddy Lee, or Les Claypool?
I would have to say Flea.
Oh my goodness! I thought you were going to say the right answer. The incorrect answer is Flea. The right answer is Geddy Lee. Best bass player ever. Geddy Lee. Rush?
Yes,
Come
absolutely.
on, best. He could play synth. He could play
At the same time.
At the same time, he can sing. Even though I hate his voice, but
Yeah, but he's saying "Take Off."
He did. Yeah, he did. It was a good song. But yeah,
Our
Geddy
Canadian
Lee,
friends.
best bass player ever. Sorry about that, Rich. You did not do very well. Hopefully you do better at the training that you're doing with us here for our contractors. No, but in all seriousness, we appreciate you coming here and being on the show, and we look forward to your training and obviously the great products you offer. So cheers to you, Rich. Thank you for coming on to the happy hour. We will see you next time, and buy Ring products from Rich. He's got a family. Cheers. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to smack that like button below. And if you want notifications on brand new videos that are coming out tailored just for you, be sure to subscribe right here to the Jackson Systems YouTube channel. Now, if there's some videos you missed, you can always check it out right here. Go ahead and click subscribe. Other videos, like.